I just had a really long day of travel, so I'm just getting caught up. But I did see the Erica Kirk video, and we need to talk about it. For some reference before we dive in, I have a master's degree in communications and I work as a marketing manager, which means it is my job all day, every day to write copy, to create content, to edit videos, to do social media posts and write things for websites that get you to engage, whether that is to buy a product, to buy a service, to get you to volunteer for something. That is what I do all day, every day. I look at target audiences and then I get people to do things that are calls to action. And let me be clear, we're not even going to play the video. We don't even need to play the video because I am not talking about what Erica says at all. I'm talking about what is said by your visual cues in this video. Here is a still image of the video, and if you want, I encourage you to pause it and look around. What do you see other than her, which is also important? The thing that immediately caught my eye was that. And at first I was like, is that what I think it is? And it certainly was. What an odd thing to have turned out on a bookshelf to perfectly face the camera. And if you still don't know what that is, let me show you. That's exactly what that is. It is the Time magazine cover that features Donald Trump as Person of the Year, and that is a very odd thing to have staring down the camera. This subliminal messaging is echoed again in the foreground. You see one MAGA hat, two MAGA hats. That one's a little bit cut off, but that's certainly what it is. Now, given the events of this week, it makes sense that Charlie's picture is here, and it makes sense that there is some text there, but there are two things that do not make sense. What doesn't make sense for a mourning wife is to have the Turning Point USA logo at the very top. This is a branded statement. What also doesn't make sense is a podium in the middle of an office. Podiums, or lecterns as they're sometimes called, are used when you want to put someone in a position of authority. Think about a speaker at a conference. Think about even a pulpit in church. It's also a place where we know that messages are typically delivered that are either unifying or inspirational. Last but not least, look at just how much white is involved. You have the white bookshelf, the white wall. She is dressed in white. We are trying to make her, from a marketing perspective, look innocent and angelic and pure and all of those things that are associated with the color white. Yes, she does have a black shirt on, but this is not the typical look of someone who is in mourning. Typically, we see people wearing black. And let's not forget the empty chair with the microphone, which is very clearly meant to acknowledge Charlie's absence. But it's done so subliminally. And then she's standing there presiding over that empty chair from a podium. Now that you've seen all of that, my challenge to you is to write in the comments. What do you think all of this is? And what do you think all of this means? Because what I saw in that video today was not necessarily just a woman who is mourning her husband's death. I have a lot to say about that, but I just want to point out the facts here.